So, we just got done with monks. We all seem to be happy about monks.
Nice work, monks.
Nice work, monks. But now we're going to jump into rangers. 2024, what do you guys think of the ranger changes? Are they better? Are they worse? Are they just the same? Mo, you're going to be our Nathan on this, so let's bring you out and start the conversation about rangers.
Okay, first and foremost, I think that a level 20 ability that ups your damage, and this I may be misunderstanding right, but it sounds like it moves it from a D6 to a D10,
which is at 20th level. What does that matter?
So you're
like
basically
you should be able to shoot arrows made of angel sweat or something.
Yeah,
like you should.
Yeah, your bow is strung with god pubes.
Yeah. Like you should be unstoppable at level 20. So that's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
They've heavily made everything around Hunter's Mark, which a lot of the other classes, the other subclasses, already have something else they want to do with their bonus action besides use Hunter's Mark. So that, I think, is the main topic of sort of contention for a lot of people with this, I think. It's very wah.
But what the other subclasses?
Beastmaster there?
Beastmaster, but also for Hunter too.
But the equivalent,
Hunter,
you're using your Hunter's Mark to put. I mean, they did away with favored, or I guess they still have favored enemy, but now it's all mixed into Hunter's Mark, which gives you more damage on whatever's marked. Yep. But what's the difference of like using your bonus action as a Beastmaster to have your companion attack the thing to do more damage? So you're still doing the same thing with your bonus. You're still getting extra damage with your bonus action, or Gloomstar, or whatever the extra ability, the bonus action you're doing is still giving you extra damage. I think they're giving you. I think they made it in a way where Rangers' only thing isn't just Hunter's Mark. You're not just always throwing.
Teacher?
Yes. Student.
One issue that I find with that I've just realized is, let's say you're a level 10 Ranger. Your beast is fairly tanky, and you're a Beastmaster. Your bonus action, go do that. If you have Beast of the Sea, I think it's a D6 plus 2 with a chance at a grapple. That's pretty good. But what if your magic weapon is a plus 3 longbow that is Flame Tongue? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you rather just put everything into, well, I better do the Hunter's Mark because now I have this flame damage that I'm doing on top of everything, or these special arrows the DM gave me that I want to use. I will say that the Hunter's Mark being so grafted onto the skeleton of the Ranger is pigeonholing them a little bit, and they're still, how do I put this? Compared to Paladins and Fighters, they're bitches.
But what's the difference of putting that extra damage on your Flame Tongue or putting that extra damage on?
Because it's not what you want to do.
Flame Tongue beast.
Right.
But it's still just a set amount of die that you're putting on the beast or the tongue. I know it's 2 attacks.
It's the same thing.
Just sorry, I'm playing devil's advocate.
No, but it's the same thing that you run into with. There's people who think that they're not going to use Eldritch Blast as Warlock. And then they find out that their weapon attacks cannot keep up with the glorious nature of that cantrip, and so they end up only using Eldritch Blast. This is a broad generalization, and I think the same thing happens with Rangers. It's like, well, all the things I want to do as a Rangers don't line up, so I have to pick and choose rather than everything working cohesively so that I can live out the full fantasy of being a Ranger. I can move my beast, I can shoot my bow, I can cast plant growth or whatever, and have that feeling of like I'm magical Aragorn, you know what I mean?
But not to bring another class into it, but I felt like I had that issue in 5e with Paladins where there's so much I wanted to do, but everything's concentration based, and I don't want to cancel this to cast that. And I feel like it's the same scenario with Rangers as far as bonus actions.
Incorrect.
No. Fine. Well, that's how I feel. Don't tell me my feelings are incorrect, Mo.
Because with a Paladin, the main goal, I mean, the main fantasy of being a Paladin is wielding a weapon, is fulfilling your oath, being the knight in shining armor, hitting things as hard as you can, using the holy wrath of Bahamut to smite them down, right? That's not the fantasy of a Ranger. right? The fantasy of a ranger is I have an animal companion. So if we take Aragorn, you're out in the woods, you're exploring, you're picking up herbs and
Freaking
leaves.
Aragorn.
You're
I knew you were gonna bring up
you're
at least 3 times.
taking people over the mountains and stuff, which is something that is still shitty about the ranger.
You're a ranger.
Right.
You're gonna go
But
ranger.
that's more of a problem of just how the games are run and stuff. But then you have your Driz Do'Urdens with your bow or your scimitars and your pet. But all those things, you can't do them at the same time. And a lot of these other classes have gotten such big bump ups of versatility that the ranger still feels like it's stuck.
And just to slide in real quick, the Drizzt Do'Urden example, he didn't even have a beast companion. He had a magical figurine, Gwenhwyvar. So even they had to go outside of the class to get one of their best abilities.
Yeah.
But my biggest thing,
I'm just
on
saying,
what he's saying is
Paladin, ranger.
I'm listening.
but I agree with you as far as like the bonus action maintenance with rangers still sucks, because I feel like my beast is its own entity, and I shouldn't have to use my bonus action for this beast that's my companion that should know what my intentions are. I'm in combat. I shouldn't have to tell my beast by burning my bonus action to go attack that guy. My beast who's been with me and feels what I feel should know that that's the bad guy. I'm going to go bite him in the butt.
Look, in John Wick 3,
So I'm just saying, I agree with you, but I'm playing devil's advocate on this.
And she just gave him commands, and they bit guys in the nuts, and then she shot them.
I'm gonna just give you a tip that might help if you do choose to play a ranger anytime soon.
Yeah.
Don't.
So one is that is pretty good. Don't. The Beastmaster can use their bonus action to make their animal companion use an action and bonus action. So you are getting a little extra.
Okay.
And it states that you're going to be able to have that bonus action for your animal companion be a dodge. So you've now got a little bit of an extra tanky help out there.
That's just prolonging your animal from dying.
Next thing I'm going to just pitch. And even the DM can't really fight you on this one. There's a spell called Awaken. It makes your dumb animal companion intelligent. Just do that. And then go, I guess you can't be my animal companion anymore because you're so smart and independent. But you should still travel with us. And then you get another one. And you cast Awaken on it. And another. And another.
And
And
it's like,
suddenly...
it's Demio.
Look, I just think that a ranger is maybe better as a solo character in a game with just a DM and another person. You're constantly stealthing. You hunter's mark even before the battle starts. You use your animal companion as a scout.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Just in
That
summary,
sounds fun.
I don't think, I think that, you know, there's little things that can be called improvements, but I think in the scope of everybody, we want to love the ranger. Wizards of the Coast, we
just
want to
in the
love
word.
the ranger. We want to feel like this is so cool to play, but they haven't really worked out the kinks yet, and I think it shows in this design. It's just like, we kind of figured it out.
Nathan.
Am I wrong to think that this whole edition was set out to fix the ranger and then they didn't
So they failed and then they shot the bed.
They really didn't do much.
Yeah.
They really didn't give them enough.
Well, now it's the hunter's mark character,
Yeah.
and
Can you imagine a melee ranger? Make a concentration check. Oh, you lost hunter's mark? Gonna have to cast it again.
right,
Make a concentration.
and
But it's always available
in
to
a
cast.
way, because
But you have to burn spell slots.
Yeah.
But they give you more spell slots, but you got to burn
Wait,
them
let's
to
hear
keep
what
Hunter's
Nathan
Mark.
am I
Say.
mistaken in how bonus actions you still use your bonus action for your offhand, right? Is that true?
Sure.
Yes, I think so.
Unless you are using daggers with the nick quality.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Or you want to command your
you're
beast.
casting hunter's mark with
Round
your
one.
bonus action.
Uh-huh.
But you could do it with you could do the same amount of damage with your offhand in most cases.
Unless you
Especially
get,
if you have like the 2 crossbows or
unless you get some sneak going and you cast Hunter's Mark before combat even starts.
But
I mean,
do they still have?
But you still can't
Wait.
cast any other spells after that
But
that
do
require
they-
concentration, and most of the ranger spells are concentration.
Do they
I mean,
still
I
have
think
dual
if they
wield,
wanted
or is
to
it
do that,
is
they
it part
need
of
to give
choosing
it
your
to
weapon?
you for free? They needed
Feats.
to give it to you without having to cost the action and without having to concentrate.
I just think they could have called Hunter's Mark, they could incorporated Hunter's Mark into the class itself, made it a feature of the class.
Yeah.
They always get that, and then there's
And
no
not
concentration. Yeah.
You know why they didn't do that? Because then you've got your range locks that are casting hex, and they're using Hunter's Mark, and now they're doing 46 damage every
Good
attack.
for them, as
Good
they
for
should
them.
be.
As a DM,
As
you
they
should be prepared.
The Ranger should be everybody's favorite class. It should be the best
Legendary
class.
actions.
Ranger dip for
I
Hunter's Mark.
love the Ranger in Advanced D&D. The first one,
I played
they
Ranger
were so
a lot.
great. They were so
in D&D.
great.
Look,
I have never played a Ranger in 5e.
well, look, if there are any brave souls out there that have a Ranger build that they'd like to let us know about, you should also know Gloomstalker is worse now. Congratulations. So let us know your build in the comments. We'd love to hear about it, and I promise only 3 of the 4 of us will make fun of you.
Yeah,